Hello friends, this is my YouTube channel Learning Android. Here I'm going to show you how to use Firebase real-time database in your application. So first of all, what is Firebase? Firebase is a mobile application development platform which is developed by the Firebase and later acquired by the Google. Firebase has so many features like authentication, real-time database storage and testing, and many more. Also, Firebase authentications provide backend services, which is easy to use SDKs, and also the ready-made UI libraries to authenticate user to app. It supports authentication using password and phone numbers, popular federated identity providers like Google, Facebook, and Twitter, and more. So, in today's video, we are going to use real-time database. So, real-time database is nothing but a JSON tree which is stored in cloud. JSON structure is like a parent node and a child node, an attribute and its value. You can also set your own structures.
Hello friends, I'm your friend Kunal. I'm going to continue the tutorial. As Sonam explained you about Firebase and real-time database and JSON, I'm going to show you how to integrate and use Firebase in your Android Studio application. So let's start. So friends, let's start. First you have to create an application. For that you have to go in File, New, a new project. Once you do that, you can see here the empty activity. You have to choose this. Then next. Then you have to write the application name. Make sure you have to choose the Java language. Then finish. So you'll get this screen. I already created your application here. So now after the creating this application, you have to create a new project in the Firebase. For that you have to go in your web browser and just simply write Firebase. You see this link. You have to open this. You will see this screen. Once you get this screen, make sure you logged in with your Google account in the Firebase. So now go to console. You'll get the Firebase console here. I already created some projects here. You have to add a project. You have to enter your project name here. Make sure it should be unique. So I'm going to write tutorial. Will be the tutorial B8E3B. I will change it to tutorial 8055 maybe. Yeah, that's working. So now Google Analytics for your Firebase project, we don't need it now, so I will simply click on not right now, and it will create a project for you on a Firebase cloud, so you can use the Firebase features for you in your project, like authentication, real-time database. For testing, there are lots of good features in the Firebase available. So now let's create it. So you can see this thing here, the Firebase. So you can see all the developed features here, like authentication, database storage, analytics, event, dashboard. There are lots of good features in Firebase available. So now let's start. You can choose iOS, Android and web application here. I'm going to choose the Android application because we are working on Android. So now for register your app, you have to write your package name here. So if you don't know where you can get it, you can see this little question mark here. When you hover the mouse, you'll see the guide here. So your package name is generally the application ID in your app level building.gradle file. So we'll go in Android Studio. We'll go in Gradle script in app build.gradle. you can see this application ID. You have to copy this, or copy this and just simply paste it here. So application nickname, you can give any nickname, like I'll give tutorial for real-time database, and rest of them you don't have to touch the rest of things. So now just simply click on register app button. When you click, it will register and directly connect your application with the Firebase. Now you can see the download config file, and you have to just click on this download Google service JSON file. It's nothing but a JSON file, which is simply the information about your storage in Firebase. So I'll simply click on save button, Google services. It's already exists. Maybe I already saved somewhere else. Yeah, Google services. Yeah. So when you click, when you download this file, you just have to go at that location, and you just have to simply click on copy button. Then when you copy it, you have to go back to your Android Studio, and now you have to you can see this Android button. You just have to click on this project button. When you see, you just have to click, and you have to just go in a app folder and just paste it here. Okay, so I just paste it. You can see all the information here, like client information, API, services, all the information here. Once you're done with that, you have to go back to your Android button, and then now you have to click on Java and main application. You have to come back to your main activity. So now we will connect the application with the Firebase. Now we have to go into toolbar, and then now simply click on the tools button, and you will see the lots of options like AVD manager, SD manager, connection assistant, app link assistant, and Firebase. So you have to just click on the Firebase, and the assistant will open here. And this assistant, you have whatever you want to use, you just have to open that thing. Like if you want to use authentication, you have to click on this authentication. If you want to use real-time database, you have to click on real-time database. If you want to use storage, then you have to click on storage. So now we are going to use real-time database. So now we'll click on real-time database, save and retrieve data, and you can see all the information here about the Firebase real-time database. So it will give you the save and how you can save your data and retrieve data in your application. So first, the step is to connect your application to the Firebase. So the Android Studio provide features to directly connect your application with the Firebase database. So now we'll connect on this button, connect to Firebase. It will automatically connect your application with the Firebase. So it will ask for existing connection found. That is already connected your tutorial. Let's synchronize. So you can see this green connected thing that shows that application is connected. The second step is add the real-time database to your application. So for that, you have to click on this add the real-time database to your application button. It will add all the cradles and all the plugins like apply plugin like com.google.gms Google services. You have to add this thing in your Gradle files. So just simply click on this accept changes button. Well, for that, the Android Studio will automatically add this thing in your Gradle file. You don't have to do anything. So that's a good feature. And now it will disconnecting and synchronizing with the Firebase. Once you're done with that, you just have to go back to the Firebase and you have to click here next. Here it will show you add Firebase SDK in your project. So in the project level build Gradle, you have to add this script, the class path. You just have to copy this thing and go back to your Android Studio application, the build.gradle. You just have to paste that thing here in project level build.gradle. So this project level build.gradle is here. You just have to copy this thing. Oh, it's already added. No worries. Will not add this. Remove this. Alright. So now the thing is already added. So now we just have to add some dependencies synchronized. So now let's continue to the console. So this is our main console where you can access all these features and you can control your application from here. So we'll go on the real-time database here. When you go here, you can see this feature like Cloud Firestone. It's a new feature, next generation. It's very powerful and very useful feature for the new applications. Like for if you have more data or if you have so many data, you can manage easily with that. For now, we'll choose the real-time database here. Create a database. So these two modes of the database: the start in log mode and start in test mode. So if you're working on the real-time, I mean real application, the real world application, so you have to choose the log mode. Otherwise you can use test mode also. That's not secure one. So when you click on the OK button, you'll get this thing. That's our JSON structure. This is our JSON main node, root node. First we will change the security rules. For that you have to go here on the rules button. You'll see all the read and write rules here. You just have to, if you want to change, you can change. Otherwise I'll use the true. So the thing is done. Now you just have to use this thing in your application. So we'll go here back to. So friends, let's start with the building application. So here are our main application design. Here I'm going to, here I took two linear layouts with the vertical orientation. In one linear layout I'll take to edit text, which is for inserting the data. This is the button which we will use for insert the data. In another linear layout will you use two text views to just show the data from our database, and this is our button to show the data. So let's start here. So first I'll add all the text view. That's first is name and the second one is phone number. Then we'll start with edit text. It's a name and phone number, right? Then we'll connect all the buttons. button, and one is insert data, and the another one is show data. We'll connect those with the XML file. The first name is the name is, we'll connect it by the find view by id, r.id dot name text view. This the name underscore view is just an id which we give here in the edit text or in the text view. This one or this one. So we'll connect it by id. Phone number is equal to find view by id, r.id dot phone number, text view. We'll connect it now for edit text. Name is equal to find view by id, r.id dot name. That's already I gave this name, so I'll just write this name. You have to write whatever you give. Find view by id dot r.id dot phone number, edit. Now we'll connect the button for insert data. There is an id we give insert data button. You have to give to that id which you can recognize by yourself, so you don't get confused. So for why show data is not here. So data is equal to find view by id, r.id dot show data button. So now here we connect all things which we used in XML files. So now we'll create an Firebase object, Firebase database. We'll give it name as a Firebase database. We'll create one database reference object. We'll give it name database reference object. So then database reference is equal to Firebase database dot get reference. No, before that we have to get the Firebase instance. So for that we'll write the Firebase database is equal to Firebase database dot get instance. What this thing will do? This thing will give you the instance, the root node, this thing in your application. So you can use like as a link. If you are getting some link, so you can go directly with that link at that address from the web browser. So this thing will do the same thing. Now we have to create an instance, then we have to get the reference, create the reference. So we'll create a reference, database reference is equal to Firebase database dot get reference. So here you can write your own name, which you can create a child node, which will create a child node here under this root node. We'll create as a info. So that's done with all the object and the reference and instance. So now we'll create a on click listener method for insert data. Insert data dot set on click listener, then new view on set on click listener, where it will create a method on click. So whatever we want to do with the button, that when you click the button, whatever the process is done, you have to just mention all the process in between this two section, like in on click method. So if we want to just get a toast, so you just have to write toast like with whatever message you want. So here now here we want to insert the data. So now we'll create one reference class, name it as info underscore user. First we'll declare the parameters, string name, then string phone number, now we'll create one constructor without any parameter, and now another constructor with parameters. Now we will create getters and setter methods for both our parameters like name and the phone number. We have successfully created the getters and setter method. Now we'll go back to our main activity. Here we will create an object for that another class, for reference class, info user. We'll give a name for that info user. Now here we will create an object, info user is equal to new info user. So we can use this object in between this method. So now we will create one more method out of the onCreate method, private void data. You can give anything. Here we will get all the information, like all the data which we will enter in the emulator. So we'll create two variables like string name final. We will get it from name dot get text dot to string phone final phone number dot get text dot to string. Now we will use it to just store in our reference class by using this code, info user dot set name, and we'll set it from name final, info user dot set phone number final. So the whatever we enter in emulator, which will store in name underscore final, and we will pass it to the reference class info underscore user. We will store it as a final string, and now we will send it to a Firebase database. Database reference dot child user fun. This is the child node's name, which will be info child's child. So I'm now creating the child's another child with the name dot set value. Here I'm going to pass the object info.user.getName. It will automatically get the name from the reference class. So for phone number we'll do the same thing. The child user1 dot child phone number dot set value, and for user dot get phone number. Here you can see that here after the database reference I keep the child name user1. It's because I want user1's two child name and phone number. That's why I keep the first child's name the same. Then I'm changing the name for the second child. So the name and the phone number will come inside the user1 child. And user1 child will come under the info child, this one. So here on Firebase, the tutorial, you can see the root node here, and it will create one child node as a info, then another child as a user1, and another child as a name, and the other child as a phone number with the data. So now let's try. Now we have to just we have to call this method here first, data, and if it's successfully run, then we want a toast dot make text dot get application context and a message, simply message like data successfully added, and then toast dot the length of the message, like how long you want to show this message, like long or short. I'm going to choose the short one, then show. So now let's run the application. Here is our emulator, and let's see our code is successfully running or not. And it's running. So here you can see our final output. So I'm going to enter my name, Krunal, and a random number like 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 to just make sure it's storing the data or not. You can see this message here. And see, here is our data. As I said, the root node and the child node information, and the other child node user1, and its two child and name and phone number with the data, kernel, and the random number. So these are the child and the root. These are the basic JSON tree. So we successfully add the data into Firebase database. Now I'm going to show you how to just retrieve your. So now let's start with retrieving database. For that, we will create first a new method like data add private void data show. For that, we will create a database reference override method. Database reference dot add value event listener new value event listener. So you can see two override methods automatically created: on data change and on cancel. On data change, if our this method will go successfully, then this part of the code will run. Otherwise, this method will run. So for the successful data, we will start the coding. For that, we will use the same our reference class info user dot set name data snapshot dot child, the very first child node, user 1, and the user 1's child name dot we will try to get its value and try to convert it into a string. So info user, the same thing with the phone number, data snapshot dot child user 1 dot child phone number dot get value dot to string. Make sure, guys, this child name should be the same as when you add the data, so don't forget about this one. Then now we will set we get the data from database. Now we will try to set the text into the text view. So the text view's name is name dot set text, and the data to get name phone number dot set text info user dot get phone number. So yeah, that's it. And now at the last, for the confirmation, we will add the toast so we can get the confirmation that our data is added. Get application context, and the short message for the data. I will move this up. The message should be like retrieve success toast dot length long dot show. This is the toast length. If it goes wrong, then it will give you also toast, but the message will be different. Retrieve fail. Toast dot length long and dot show. So yeah, I'm sorry guys, I forgot the on click listener method for show button, so we'll do that now. Show data dot set on click listener new view or dot on click listener, so you will get the on click method. Now in between that method you have to call this private method or data show. We'll call it here data show. So yeah, and that's it. Now we will see our code is running or not successfully. Going to build running. This is our emulator where we can see our application. Let's see. Yeah, and successfully you can see retrieve success. You can see the data here. So that's it. That's all our tutorial. If you like it, just give us a comment. Thank you.